Today's operator signal is this: AI agents are moving from answering questions to changing operations. That sounds abstract until you look at today's pattern. The same story is showing up in supply chains, Slack workspaces, geospatial systems, and model risk auditing. AI is no longer just a layer that explains what happened. It is becoming the layer that proposes routes, migrates, audits, and sometimes executes. Start with supply chain. The conveyor covered Auger's new funding today following GeekWire's report that Auger raised a $50 million Series B, bringing total funding to $150 million. The important detail is not the round size, it is what the product is trying to be. Auger sits above ERP, warehouse, transportation, and demand planning tools, unifies the data, and uses AI agents plus optimization models to make routine supply chain decisions while flagging exceptions for humans. That is a very different promise from a dashboard. A dashboard says, here is the problem. An execution layer says, here is the problem, here is the trade-off, here is the action, and here is what I changed. For operators, the buying question becomes, what systems can it touch? What decisions can it make? What requires approval? And how do we roll back a bad decision? Second, look at Slack. The Slack Agent Builder Challenge closes today, and the requirements point directly at workplace distribution. Builders need to use Slack AI capabilities, MCP integration, or the real-time search API. The organization track requires marketplace submission or resubmission, a production workspace, and compliance with Slack marketplace guidelines. That matters because workplace agents are becoming packaged apps, not weekend prototypes. Once an agent lives in Slack, it sits next to approvals, customer conversations, product decisions, incidents, HR workflows, and sales motion. The operator question is not just whether the agent works, it is whether permissions, review, installs, data access, and support are production ready. Third, CARTO published a guide for migrating from Esri to CARTO with an AI agent. The agent inventories ArcGIS Enterprise or ArcGIS Online, classifies layers, tables, maps, dashboards, and apps, writes a migration plan for review, migrates eligible data into the connected data warehouse, and keeps migrated maps private by default until the team decides what goes live. CARTO also emphasizes that the agent works in the organization's governed environment and that actions are logged and attributable. This is a useful example of AI as change management infrastructure. The agent is not writing a clever paragraph. It is helping move a business workflow from a legacy system into a cloud data architecture with human review at the gates. That is where many enterprise AI projects actually win, not by replacing the expert, but by turning the expert's migration playbook into repeatable, reviewable work. Finally, MIT News reported a model auditing technique for harmful generative capabilities that does not require prompting the model to produce illegal outputs. The method inspects hidden representations to infer whether a model has been specialized for abusive content. MIT says the procedure identified tested specialized model variations with 100% accuracy. The operator takeaway is bigger than this specific risk category. Some AI risk cannot be evaluated safely by asking the model to do the bad thing. Teams will need evidence methods that test capability, provenance, and adaptation without creating the harm they are trying to prevent. Put the pieces together and the pattern is clear. Agents are becoming execution layers. They touch enterprise systems, workplace distribution, migration plans, and audit evidence. So the playbook for leaders is simple. Before deploying an agent, write the execution contract, name the systems it can access, name the actions it can take, define the approval thresholds, log every material change, create rollback paths, test the model and the workflow, and assign a human owner who can explain what happened after the agent acts. And the advantage is no longer just who has the best model. It is who can safely put agents close enough to operations to matter without losing control of the work.